With a number of digital events happening this year, it's impossible for me to cover every single one of them with the format I have laid out. As such, I had to make a choice as to which one of 3 presentations I would be looking at. I don't usually cover the PC gaming show since I'm more of a console guy, so that's out. The Guerrilla Collective stream is spread over 3 days, which seems like a lot of work, and frankly I've got other things to do. So Future Game Show is then. Sorry, Games Radar presents Future Game Show. It's like Saban's Power Rangers, you've got to make sure you get your name in there. The show promises to feature over 40 games on console, PC and mobile from a variety of different developers. Its hosts are Nolan North and Emily Rose, aka Nathan and Elena from the Uncharted series. And while Nolan seems quite energetic throughout the show, I don't know, Emily sounds a little bored to me. It could just be the current circumstances and not enough prep time beforehand, but she just didn't seem to match the same energy as Nolan did. Then again, what do I know? I have constant microphone issues and a voice that sounds like a chipmunk going through puberty. Of the games that they had on offer, Dustborn had a certain appeal, a faux comic book art style that tells the story of a bunch of misfits travelling across a dystopian America. It gives the impression that your choices in dialogue may have a great effect on the story. It does come across as something like a Telltale game, but with a bit more action thrown into the mix. Interesting stuff. Okay, this one got my attention. Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1 follows a young Sherlock as he travels to an exotic Mediterranean island in order to investigate the death of his mother and prove himself as a detective. You'll travel around an open world environment, don disguises, and talk to and/or interrogate random people in order to gain clues and whittle out suspects. Plus, the idea that there will be very little hand-holding means that you can carry out your investigation in any way you see fit, which could result in any potential killer walking free. This isn't the first time that developer Frogwares has tackled a game based on the famous detective, and based on what I've seen here, I may want to check out their other titles as well. Remember when skating games used to be a big deal? Pepperidge Farm remembers, as does Easy Day Studios, the creators of Skater XL. For this presentation, they wanted to show off their new high school level that combines various real-world locations with ones created by the developer. A bold choice made by the team is that there are no actual tricks programmed into the game. Instead, both analog sticks will be mapped to each foot, and a unique physics engine will allow the players to have more direct control over what type of tricks they perform. The game has been in development for a couple of years now, and it looks like we won't have to wait much longer before we're pulling off some sick tricks. People still say that, right? There were 2 space-themed games that had a very similar premise to each other. The first of them, Space Crew, comes from Runner Duck and Curve Digital, and serves as a sequel to their smash hit Bomber Crew. Only this time, instead of a military setting, you'll take charge of your own Star Trek-inspired starship, as you explore the vast regions of space, encounter and battle numerous alien threats, and customize your defenses to your liking. But don't get too attached to your crew members, because once they're dead, they're gone for good. The second game is The Captain is Dead. Based on the popular board game, your crew finds out that their captain is, well, dead, and they must repair their warp drive and escape whilst fending off hostile alien forces seeking to destroy them in this turn-based strategy game. Both games look like a lot of fun, and I am keen to check them out. Other games that may stand out from the pack include Get to the Orange Door, a fast-paced parkour action-style first-person shooter that looks like Tron threw up all over it. Morbid, a gothic-themed action-adventure that has disturbing imagery, but man dig that pixel art. Neon Abyss, which is what happens when Rogue Legacy and Enter the Gungeon have a baby, and then Tron throws up all over it. Paradise Lost, a first-person puzzle game set in an alternate timeline where World War II never ended. Operation Tango, a 2-player espionage game where one player is an agent, and the other is a hacker, and you save the world, and then Tron throws up. And a number of games that promote the idea of constructing vehicles and building new worlds, like Main Assembly, Blanco's Block Party, and Last Oasis. There was also a brief pause for a featurette where developers discussed the future of gaming. Not the PS5 presentation from a few days ago, but how video games have evolved over the last 30 years and how much further they can go in terms of world building, storytelling, audio, and how we play games. Who knows, we might not be too far off a time where controls like this will be looked upon with disdain by a young Elijah Wood.
No.
Overall, the Games Radar presents the Future Game Show was an alright experience. While there were a handful of games with trailers that lasted about as long as this sentence, there were a few exceptionally good titles that got more of a spotlight shown on them. Still, I can't help but feel like I did Guerrilla Collective a disservice. Maybe I should check in on it. Who's presenting this thing anyway? Yeah, no, I definitely made the right choice.
You're a monster.